So here we are in the second episode about how to deal with sentence completions. To put this in context, the first episode is to look for clues. The second episode is about capturing the concept. That's what we're doing here. And the next episode is going to be about picking the best match. Let's do a quick recap on look for clues. As I hope you recall, there were 3 pieces to remember when it comes to looking for clues. You have to look out for words and phrases in general. You may remember the example with smiled and frowned or doctor and banker. Direction words like although and despite, or and so. And lastly, punctuation, especially semicolons and colons. Now with all that in mind, you'll move on to step 2, which is capturing the concept, and that's what we're talking about here. In brief, capturing the concept says you have to capture the concept that goes in the blank in the sentence. And when you do, the word that you choose doesn't have to be poetic and it doesn't have to be a big ol' SAT word. Let's look at those 2 ideas in more detail. Now I said when you capture the concept, the idea that goes in the blank on a sentence completion, it wasn't important for the word to be poetic or a big ol' SAT word, and I mean that. Let me show you why I say that. First of all, it's okay if you use casual words. Example, because Derek is so sweet, the girls call him a blank. So, we have our direction word like because, we have our words like sweet that tells us something about Derek. So what do they call him? Well, it's okay to use a casual word. I can use the word sweetie. Now, you might think that's a funny choice. Admittedly, it is. I'm not saying that the answer choice you choose is actually going to be sweetie. It's not going to be like D, sweetie. You're not going to see that on the SAT. But in making a prediction, this is a really good prediction because sweet's in the sentence, because tells us we're going in the same direction, so sweetie makes sense. It's casual, but that's okay. It's also okay if the word is made up. Let's look at a very similar sentence. Because Derek is so generous, the girls call him a... This is going to sound really silly, but it does capture the concept in the sentence. Because he's so generous, they call him an overgiver. Again, I'm not saying that's going to be the actual answer, but it does capture what's going on. So it's a good thing to put there. Also, repetitive words are okay. You're getting used to the sentence, right? Here it comes again. Because Derek is so weird, the girls call him a weirdo. Now again, it might be hard for you to come up with words like this because you're so used to using variety in your writing, but you're not writing an essay and you're not actually saying the SAT answer choice is weirdo, but you are capturing the concept and that's perfect for that purpose. Last example, entire phrases are okay. If a single word doesn't do it, you can use several words. That's just capturing the concept, not a problem that it's more than one word. Because Derek is so mysterious and confusing, the girls call him a, well, it's probably not a good single word to capture the concept, but we can say a mysterious and confusing guy. And of course, that's not to say the right answer is actually going to be a mysterious and confusing guy, but it's going to mean the same thing. So the most important thing is to capture the concept. And I hope I've made it clear that it doesn't matter if it takes several words, it doesn't matter if the word you pick sounds goofy or even made up. As long as you're capturing the concept, the idea for the kind of word that goes in the blank, you're in great shape. Now, unfortunately, that's not